Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Y'all, I'm showing off my new shirt. My sister brought me this from the Bahamas. So just wanted to show it off real quick. Okay, we are getting ready to do the fourth and final part of the butter video. I decided instead of doing a full episode with this and me starting my garden, I would just make this the butter video where you will see me get the butter out of the mold and get it wrapped in the wax paper. Okay, let me go get a pair of gloves real quick. Be right back. I have my pink gloves for Cancer Awareness Month. My mother's Transformer Transport used to give me boxes and boxes every year of their extras after Cancer Awareness Month was over, and they wore pink gloves. And so I still have a bag left, that's all. And then they're gone forever. I'm trying to use up all of my late mother's things. It's been hard. I'm down to the last cup of her old dishwashing detergent, and I cannot bear to use that last cup, okay? So I'm into my own now. Eventually I'll be able to do it, throw that away, and that'll be the conclusion. Then I still have a little depth cleaning to do, but why am I going down that rabbit hole? But instead of cancer, well, it is Cancer Awareness Month, and so that's what the pink is for, but I decided to pay homage to the AKAs. Somebody gave me a lot of green gloves. And so when I went to get my gloves a few minutes ago, I accidentally pulled out a pink and a green. So this is for my cousin Maddie. She just became an AKA. My sister-in-law, hey girl, if you see this. So for the AKAs out there, Q is sporting your pink and green. Da boule. Okay, now before we get started with the butter, first of all, have a little juice here. I decided I'm going to do a taste test. I did overfill the butter molds, and so I had a lot of residual butter at the top, and so instead of just throwing it away, I decided to put some of it, I threw the rest away, on top of a piece of bread. And I made a mistake here. In fact, let me lower this camera. I know y'all sick of looking at me. But before I lower the camera, I want to tell you about the butter mold. One thing I forgot to tell you yesterday, see those lines in there? Those ridges? That is the measurement of teaspoons and tablespoons. If you cut along one line, if you skip one line, that's a teaspoon. 2 lines will be your tablespoon. So I just wanted to let you know the measurements are there. They didn't write it down, but that's what that's for. I watched the butter mold video, okay, and that's how I learned that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but anyway, let's lower this camera now. I can show you. I'm doing a taste test of the butter. And so, excuse my hand, y'all. I gotta lower this, and I hope I don't cut off the camera. Come on. Ugh, this thing won't budge. Okay, here we go. Okay, I brought it down. Okay, now I have to lower the tripod. That's where it might mess up, y'all. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now to tighten it back up. Okay, I'm on the butter mold, so I'm gonna move that to the side real quick. That's the butter. Oh, and I did have to freeze it. When I watched that butter mold video, I found out they said that you should freeze the butter while you're letting it set. They said it's best to freeze it. So I stuck it in the freezer. So it's out now, but I just took it out. Okay, so I decided to do a taste test, and let's zoom in a little bit if I can. Oh, it won't let me. Okay, I'm not going to bother zooming in because I don't want to mess up on this camera, but I'll bring it up. Here is the toast. I had a little mishap. I decided I wanted to put a drop of vinegar. Shoot, y'all know good and well I wouldn't put no drop of vinegar. I decided I wanted to put a drop of my rum vanilla on one little piece of the butter. Accidentally spilled the whole thing, y'all, over one slice, half of the slice of the bread. So this slice right here has sopping vanilla on it, but I'll just take a little, just a little tinge of it because I don't want to burn myself. I put some of the chicken slop because I want to taste that, because this is the first time I use red pepper flakes for my chicken slop. So I have a little piece of chicken there, a little piece of smoked sausage, and the pasta, of course, those German noodles I showed you. And then I just put a little side of the sweet pickled peppers. So let's start off because I want my taste buds clear for the butter. So let's do the taste test right now. You're not seeing me, sorry, but you're seeing the toast. Whoa. It's good. It's good. It's good. Oh my God. I'll tell you what. Land O'Lakes is your top of the line butter. I know there's more because Land O'Lakes have a even more creamier, version of their butter that costs too much for my taste. Sherry made her French tarragon with it. It comes in the black box. And I've tasted it. It's good, but this is better than store-bought. And probably because it's fresh, just made. We don't know how long the butter that we buy in the store has sat before it's sold. It could have been frozen. We just don't know. We're taking a chance. But although that's good, this fresh, straight, just made butter last night, can't beat it. It's like the vanilla. You cannot beat homemade vanilla versus store-bought. It's no way, no how. It's like an eclipse of totality versus 99%. Same concept. You cannot beat it. Okay, so let's taste a little bit of this with the vanilla on it. Oh yeah. Vanilla butter is definitely on the agenda. Definitely. It is good. And the tastes are separate. I can taste the vanilla and the butter. Ooh, this is good. I'm going to take the rest of that vanilla off because that's too much. Well, I want this toast, that's for sure. Yeah, that's too much vanilla on there. Ooh, but this butter, I can't stop eating it, y'all. Lord, have mercy. I literally cannot stop eating this. I'm going to buy some more whipping cream. I can't wait till it go on sale. Let me get a paper towel. And you know what, y'all? It's going to get better. Because I used Meyer brand for this batch. The cheapest of the cheap. The worst of the worst, okay? Because they didn't have any other brand. Oh, I'm going Kroger, okay? Where I can get some good whipping cream. Something name brand. I bet you any kind of money, I'm going to take that butter to the next level. And, hold up. Sorry, y'all. I'm just slurping and carrying on. Another thing, too. I'm going to be making some specialty butters, and I might go into business. So, y'all be on the lookout for that, Facebook people. I'll be selling, like, by the stick. And y'all know I got to make a profit, so don't think you're going to be paying 50 cents. But it won't be. I tell you what, you won't be paying what you pay in the store. And that's even with my profit. So let's put it that way. Let's say you want to buy 4 sticks of butter, which is your, what you would normally buy for a thing of butter. In the store, you're paying $8 if you get the good kind. Now, if you're buying the off-brand cheap kind, you might get it for maybe $5. It's going to be cheaper than that with me because it's only one ingredient. Well, 2 ingredients, salt and unless you want unsalted, salt, and the heavy whipping cream. I'm telling you now, the Meyer brand heavy whipping cream was $4.99. So I'm quite sure any other brand like your top of the lines is going to cost more. I'll have to do my addition to determine the profit, because I can't go below the profit. So that is if you all are interested in that. So let me know in the Facebook comments if that's something you're interested in. But I just told you the ingredients. You can actually make your own if you have a mixer. Just make your own butter. Then you ain't got to worry about buying it unless you just can't do it or don't want to do it or whatever. But it's easy to do. Now let's taste this. Chicken slop, as I call it. Now I use the smaller noodles. I call it chicken slop, but in the wintertime, whenever I make this dish, I use my thicker noodles, the other ones that I showed you, the Aschenhammer. Now, I like those really well because those noodles actually picks up the flavor of the soup, because I call it chicken noodle soup then. But for this, the noodles don't pick up on the flavor. I just like that they're thin, they're nice and soft, but they're not too soft, they're not mushy or anything. And they just really complement this dish. So I just call it chicken slop because I came up with it just throwing some stuff together. I use the boneless chicken thighs because I like dark meat. I hate, other than wings, I hate white meat. I prefer the thighs. And actually I don't like the drumstick, so that's dark too. But anyway, I use the thighs, boneless and skinless, to keep the grease down. I put in the skinless smoked sausage. I buy the skinless, but for the most part, I'll buy the regular smoked sausage and I'll take the casings off because those are bigger and they taste a little better too. And then I put in onions, I put in garlic, and I used to season with salt, a little salt, just a little, and pepper. But now I added my pepper powder flakes and they rehydrated. You can see them in there, the red as well as the green. And I want to see how it tastes with that. Okay. It is delicious. Very good, very good. Okay. I like it better with my pepper powder or pepper flakes or both. And I brought out the china, y'all, the good dishes for this. Ooh. Ooh, this is good. Now, we'll follow it up with some sweet pickled peppers. Good, good, good. We'll set this to the side. Hold up, y'all. I'm still eating. That was delicious. Okay, now, shoot, we already 15 minutes in. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know my videos be long. That's why I decided to split this into two. Okay, y'all. Let's get on with what we're here for. Wrapping up the butter. Okay, so we got the wax paper out. So what you do is you remove the top, and this is the butter. It's still frozen. And like I said, I took the residuals off. So the next time I will get 5 sticks. So remember, if you're making butter, a quart of the heavy whipping cream will give you 5 sticks, unless you pack it tight. If you pack it tight, you're going to have residual butter. And what I mean by that is, like, if you look along the edges here, that's your residual. Actually, all that should be clear. So what you do, from what I saw on the directions, is you flip over the butter mold. And then you just remove a stick. Uh-oh. It's not working like how that lady showed. Probably because I used too much butter. Okay, let's see if I can get, okay, here comes one. Yep, it came out. Okay, and I've got a mess here. So this is how, wait a minute. I really messed up. It doesn't look the best, y'all, but the lines are there, so I know my measurement. So what I'm gonna do is wrap it up into this piece of wax paper. And I tore too much, but that's okay. I don't have my scissors. Okay, I'm gonna just wrap it. And this will be put back into the freezer. So I wrapped one. Now, I know not to tear off as much this time. Okay, I went with that. Okay, let's do number 2. They're starting to get soft now. This one looks a little better if I don't break it. It looks a little better. See, when you put it in the mold, see the air hole? And I thought I was getting the air holes out. Apparently not, because it's not solid. Only at the top is it solid, but that's okay. Listen, what's the objective here? Making my own butter cheaply. And that has been accomplished. So how it looks, it don't have to be beautiful. I'm thinking about ordering some. Oops, I didn't do that right. Let me rewrap this. I do want it to be even. I'm thinking about ordering some. They have vintage. I've seen a lot of sites that sell vintage butter molds. Decorative, smaller. Actually, you can use a soap mold for butter too. I found out that's another way of doing it. So I'm gonna look at, little fancy things to do my butters. They have bigger ones, smaller ones. I mean, this silicone, I like it. It's not bad at all, but those vintage ones are huge. You can get your whole thing of butter in one of those molds. Because, back in the olden days, they had families of 25. So when they made their butter in that churn, they probably did it only once a year, more than likely. And those molds were so big that once they put it in there, they had enough butter to last them forever, I guess, or whatever. Okay, we're almost done here. And then we're going to end this. Oops, I messed up on this, but we're going to still use it. We're going to make it make sense. Okay, this was the best one, but I just broke it a little bit at the bottom. But on this side, so here we go. Que has her butter. And I will be using this. I'm going to refrigerate that first one. And the rest of these will go in the freezer. But let me know if you decide to make your own butter. Where's that first one? There it is. Okay. Alrighty, so that's it, you guys. The butter is complete. That's it. So this is what I have so far. So I'ma keep making it. Every time I go to the store, even if it's just a pint, I will be picking up my whipping cream, and I'll look at the date, of course, to see when it expires. I'll be picking up my whipping cream, and I will be pulling out that mixer, and I'm just going to start stocking my butter. I'm going to be making it constantly and just stocking it up. And then once I feel I have enough, then I will stop for a while. Because I really don't, I use butter. I use butter like if I'm baking, which is only like around Christmas time. But I don't bake that often, and I don't use butter that much. Usually a thing of butter, I might buy one every 2 months or whatever. I'll buy a thing of 4 sticks when I was buying it. But now I figure if I'm gonna make up 20. That'll probably last me a year, if not longer. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna get off of here, and I will talk to you later, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye. Butter. Oh, y'all gotta see me dance again. Butter. Okay, bye.